So here I am in my apartment. It is the 2nd of April, and there are several things I want to tell you about. First of which is I have a new haircut. It's kind of messy right now. It's first thing in the morning, but, well, not the first thing in the morning in Warsaw, but first thing in the morning elsewhere. A week ago today, President Biden was in Warsaw. I even had a ticket to go to the event. It was kind of rainy and my stomach was being a little wonky, so I didn't go, but I did go the night before to watch the presidential motorcade come rearing down one of the main drags here in Warsaw. It was interesting to see. President Biden's speech makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, what we see in Ukraine is not much different than what we've seen in the weeks gone by. I'm optimistic, but not overly optimistic that the talks that are going on in Istanbul might bring some resolution to the war. The problem is finding a resolution that will allow Ukraine to retain much of its autonomy and sovereignty over its own territory and still allow Vladimir Putin to exit the conflict, the war, without being humiliated. And it's hard to imagine how Vladimir Putin exits this without being humiliated. Even if he were utterly successful in the conflict, I don't understand how he exits without being humiliated. And so that becomes a problem. And then I want to tell you about a little surprise we had in Warsaw on April 1st, April Fool's Day, that is continuing on April 2nd. And I'll give you some ideas about that. I really will get back to some videos that focus on Ukraine. I have been doing a ton of writing on the manuscript that I hope to submit sometime in the fall for publication in a book form. We'll see. I've written a lot. I'm not sure what I've written is very good, but I'm starting to get it done. Made a joke last week in a Fulbright meeting that one of my colleagues here, who's an education professor and a prolific writer of children's book, announced that he had a new contract for a book about Ukraine for children aimed at a 9 to 10-year-old audience. And my joke was, I have been writing a lot, but the first reader of my writing said that it sounded like it had been written by a 10-year-old, which may be giving myself too much praise in my writing effort. Academic writing has never been my favorite thing to do, and I think, unfortunately, it shows in what I do. Give me a memo any day, allow me to write a letter. I usually do better at that than in formal academic writing, or even quasi-formal academic writing, as my manuscript is really not designed at a purely academic audience. It's designed at what I refer to as an upper division college level reader or a NPR listener. And I hope there's an audience for my book because I would like to get it published. It's been a long time in coming. And hopefully it will have more use to people at some point. Hello, it is the 1st of April, and I'm in Warsaw, and it's snowing all over, and it's not April Fool's, so it's amazing how 5 weeks in a place will make you feel more confident. I'm walking to the tram station here in Warsaw, something that used to give me great fright because I didn't think I could understand where the trams were going. And now I'm taking the tram. Fulbright Ukraine is giving us one last outing here in Warsaw as a group. A cohort of about 12 of us are going to the Museum of Jewish History in Poland. Poland's Jewish history is particularly interesting because when so many other parts of Europe were inhospitable to Jews, Poland chose to be welcoming and inviting to Jews, which is why there were so many Jewish people and families here when World War II came, and why so many Polish Jews were killed by the Nazis. It wasn't that they particularly wanted to be here, it was that Poland for centuries had been a land of refuge. And so today we're going to go and visit this museum, which I'm looking forward to in the sense that I want to better understand this history. It's kind of exciting to be out on a snowy day, something I don't get to do very often in Macon. Certainly not something that is a usual part of my life. In some ways, I think Ukraine is saying a quick goodbye to the Fulbrighters here in Poland. You'll see this store called Żabka. It's a kind of Polish convenience store. It does sell some fruit. Żabka is where I do most of my shopping. So that's where things stand in Warsaw today. I'll try to be back before another 10 days goes by. I get into my writing zone and I just write, and keep going at it. So we'll see if I can break from that and be on here. And for those of you in Macon, Georgia, you might see me in the not too distant future. I'll keep that a surprise for later. Bye.